Hi everyone, after a short while I decided to post a video of the build I used on my Necro to farm Ubers and some learnings from the process. If you are bored of Smiter and want something different, this is definitely a good choice, since it is very different in its approach comparing to, let's say, Frenzy Barb, Fury Druid or Kickscene. So let's look into it. This video might be a little bit lengthy, but there is a lot of information. As usually, skill build will be pretty much straightforward, so the main accent here is on the items, so let's have a look at them. Triangle Gloves for FCR of course, and Wisp for Lightning Absorb, just in case Mephisto gets close to us. Then Enigma, Shaco, which can probably be exchanged as I don't really need Magic Find or anything. Then Mara for skills and resistances, Spirit in the Monarch, then Aldous Boots for life and extra fire res, then a random rare ring with life, strength and resistances that can be changed for SOJ or BK, Arachnid Mesh again for FCR, and obviously Beast Runeword that just provides you the fanaticism aura and makes your summons way stronger. On the swap we have 5/6 CTA and again Spirit. In the inventory, so there is a Torch, Annie, some resistances charms, but mostly all the charms are plus 2 life to just increase the life pool. As you can see, I have 3.3k life now. Couple of summoning skillers and one all-res Grand Charm. As for the Merc, I ended up using Infinity after trying like Obedience and Kelpie Snare and other options, as it just seemed to be no difference. G-Face seemed to be also superior with the extra Crushing Blow, Deadly Strike, because any damage reduction or lifesteal doesn't really help. And the crucial piece, Duress, for faster hit recovery and specifically for open wounds to stop their regeneration. More Crushing Blow and extra resistances are also nice for him. You can see, yeah, I tried to use Kelpie Snare to slow Ubers and mini Ubers, but it didn't really help much. Vamp Gaze for damage reduction and some lifesteal, also with Anti-Visage, but also wasn't really good. I tried also precasting with Arm of King Leoric and Marrowogs, but in the end opted out as I didn't see really a difference. You can see I have capped resistances just in case, and most of my points went into Vitality for the highest life pool possible. Just enough strength to equip everything and yeah, your usual stuff. As for the brick points, I have 75 cast rate, which is definitely enough for Ubers, 60 hit recovery and 85 run walk just to run faster in the town. As for the skills, on the curses, the most important are Amp Damage and Decrepify. Those I use basically for different bosses. Then in Poison and Bone, I tried to make as much bone armor as possible, so that's why I pushed a lot of points into Bone Prison and Bone Wall. And in the summoning skills, of course, Skelly Mastery and Skeletons, maximum, 1 to revive, Clay Golem, and a little bit into Golem Mastery to increase the life pool of them. Okay, so we are done with the build, so now let's look into the tactics. First we will look into the mini Ubers and then later on into the Tristram itself. This is the most interesting part for me, as I managed to average my runs around 8 minutes after all the tweaks, with the fastest being 6 minutes and longest, well, 2 hours. As usually, you open your portals and then head on to Pindle to get your skellies. Cast your bone armor, and I would usually kick Pindle as well just to pick up a few rejuves. Only with skellies, the easiest of mini Ubers to handle is Duress. Go inside the portal and cast battle orders for your skellies. Also, I noticed a weird bug, that if there are many revives, your Merc stops hitting Duress, making it almost impossible to kill. The strategy here is to lure him back to the portal, as the AI of your army somehow always targets everything else and makes it really annoying. Cast Amp Damage and he goes down pretty fast and no danger at all. Next, proceed to Furnace of Pain for Ijul. He also poses no problem at all. Find him and telestomp. Take a step back and cast amp damage. The only extra thing to do here is to pick up revives. Balrogs, Doom Knights or Lancers are the best options. Avoid reviving Demon Imps, they are garbage. You will be fine with 10 of them just as an extra mid shield. Next one is Lilith, the most dangerous one of all. Again, through the portal, battle orders, this time to refresh your own and for revives. Start TPing and search for her. Once you find her, look for a clearer space around, or even clean up a little and make more revives. If you get amped, then go back to town and get rid of a curse. Now the main difference with the previous mini-Ubers is that Lilith is eager to destroy your Merc in 1 or 2 shots. I've tried multiple setups for the Merc gear, nothing helped. Best way I figured out would be not to telestomp her. Just TP half screen away from her in a rather empty area so she gets surrounded by your army. Merc is slower to move and has a higher attack range, so he will not be targeted. Cast Decrepify this time and watch her die. Now let's move on to the Uber Tristram. We will need a bit of preparation before going there. Good revives are the key to fast and smooth experience. Number one choice here are the Maulers, because of 25% of crushing blow and health. Also they can chain multiple hits in a row pretty fast. I would suggest searching for them firstly in River of Flame, then go to Frigid Highlands if you don't find them there, and then try Endurance of Hate. And lastly go to Palace Cellar, they tend to spawn really few there only. The more the merrier, but around 8 or 10 of them is a good number already. In case you are unlucky and they didn't spawn anywhere, then my next pick is the 3 dudes, due to their frenzy. The easiest way to get them is from Act 3 Kurast Bazaar or Upper Kurast. Alright, now on to Tristram. Get into the portal and cast battle orders. First target is Mephisto. He's pretty tough and also destroys Merc in 1 or 2 shots. If you are unlucky, can destroy you as well. Here, to avoid reviving Merc multiple times, I ended up the same way as Lilith. Cast Decrepify and let all your army surround him. Just pay attention if Merc got his way to hit Mephisto, otherwise relocate. Occasionally I cast Corp Explosion to get rid of summoned Skellies. Next I take Diablo. This one can be dangerous for your Merc as well, but more like 3 to 4 hits, so with couple of rejuves you should be fine. Lure him out and telestomp, cast amp damage and watch. Sometimes he really likes to swarm you with pit lords and they may start targeting you. In this case I use Terror Curse to get them away from me. Bale, the easiest of them all, just telestomp him and cast amp damage. In case your previous 2 fights took longer, you may be out of revives by now, so you may need to quickly grab some more. And before he dies, you have enough time to hit that like button and subscribe. There you go, get your torch and hope for 2020. Here is one full run that you can watch to see all in action. Thanks for watching, and if you have any further experience with Necromancer for Ubers, let me know, I will be very interested to hear.
potions. Good afternoon.
Alright, if you are still here, again, thank you for watching and hope you found it useful and interesting. Cheers!